So before we start dimensioning the first floor, I'm going to catch a couple more dimensions up here at the foundation level. I'm going to zoom in here and double click on this so we can activate the view. And I want to dimension this little stub out that's trying to catch our steel. So I'm going to use the tab key. Catch that dimension. Come down here, get this little bump out part. I know we can do the width of it easily. That wasn't right. Try that one more time. And for some reason, we can't catch anything in here to get a dimension on, but we can do the angle. And we can try to use maybe, let's say, a model line to catch an extension out from that point. So I'll just pull a model line out, and then I'll go back to the dimensioning tool, and I'll grab that, and then I can grab the end of that and pull the dimension off. And I'll deactivate that view, and we'll go down to the first floor and do very similar. Overall, the outside dimensions are critical, give the overall size of things. So let's go ahead and make sure I have this view activated. I'm going to grab the Align tool, Align Dimension tool, tab, 84 feet. It looks like I'd like to move that out just a little bit further. So I'm going to grab the Modify, pull that up a little bit. We're going to get the other, we'll work just along this way for now. Let's go ahead and catch this edge, and then once again the grid. Click to the grid, click to the grid, click to the grid, click to the grid, pull that off. And then let's start working on this side, doing something similar. Now we have brick and glass, so we want to think about, how we would delineate those with dimensions. So I'll come down here and catch that first part of the brick, and I know it's right. Then I'll grab the glazing area, pull that off, and that other section of brick. Oops. And that looks like I caught 2 dimensions there, so let me undo that and try that again. Let me zoom in here. We can catch that grid dimension. And then the overall of the building again. And let's move over to the other side here. I won't do the overall of the building now because we have the, we've done that on the other side. I'll catch that brick. I'll catch this piece of glazing. And let's just dimension to the front edges of these. And I want to make sure I can line that up with this one. And then we have this kind of brick dimension here. So let's start that way first. And then come back up to, there we go. And now let's walk our way across the face of the building. And now I'll just chain these together by just not pulling off the dimension yet. I'm lining that up. All right, I see where we probably need a couple of other dimensions here for what's going on with this glass area. And then zoom in here and catch that very front edge. Pull that one off. And that lines up with this one nicely. And then let's get this other horizontal one here. And you can see I'm off because I went into the glassed area there. So let's see if I can pull this back. There we go. So that's an even 20 feet. And I guess the only other area I see is right here with this brick and the glazing. So, oops. And at 16 feet, 3.5 shows up again. So that tells me I'm dimensioning that same area. So it looks like I pretty well covered the building. Like I said, kind of a balance between how many dimensions are needed. In this case, the steel is located because the 20 foots are there, the 20-foot grid system. Maybe missing some dimensions, but I would leave that for now and then come back and review this probably cleanly after I've done it, and moved on to something else. I'd come back and recheck it. So I'm deactivate the view. And now we have this sheet ready for export. And I'll save this. We'll do the 2 exports after we've done the detailed dimensions on the next technical sheet.